2026 is the new 2016, at least that's what everyone online believes or hopes for. We're stuck in a nostalgia loop, moving from Y2K fashion to an era a lot of us actually remember, and there's a desire for authenticity, expression, and even a little bit of cringe. And somehow in our collective memory, 2016 has been cemented as the last good year before everything in the world turned bad. So to ground this nostalgia in reality, I'll be ranking 9 2016 fashion trends based on how popular they would be in 2026. Besides my personal dislike for this style, cold shoulder tops are probably the most outdated item on the list. The fact that they're so distinct and quirky already makes it hard to change them in a way that feels modern or adapted to a new era of fashion. When we look even a bit deeper into them, they also remind us of some beauty standards that we have since tried to escape. In a 2016 interview, Sarah Rustin, vice president of global buying of Net-a-Porter at the time, said about the style, "The shoulder is the only part of a woman's body that doesn't age." The article then completes her point. They don't make us feel fat, and our shoulders don't get bloated after a pasta dinner or have off days. It's no surprise then that they also universally become the go-to for plus-size fashion, which is something a lot of creators have since criticized when it comes to body-inclusive styling. While there has been a boho chic revival recently, I feel like lace-up tops haven't really found their place anywhere. Just like the cold shoulder tops, it's an item that is difficult to adapt to current trends, and is mostly seen like a 2016 going out top. In addition, recent trends have focused on accessories, including chunky jewelry or necklace tag, which wouldn't really work with that type of lace-up top. There's a bit too much going on to be sleek and minimalist, but also it's too basic to be experimental. Recent styling is focusing a lot on layering, as well as mixing items with different textures and structures. And while the t-shirt dress can look versatile, its lack of structure doesn't make it a great piece to build an outfit on. But I think there are definitely ways to make this look more modern. For example, if we replace the fitted boots with wide knee-high boots or wearing it as a part of her jeans look. I didn't put ankle boots lower because they're still kind of practical and basic enough to include in any styling. In contrast to the block heel and round toe version of 2016, ankle boots now have a kitten heel and pointed toe. Different than their 2016 counterparts, they're most certainly not worn over skinny jeans, but ideally under some white suit trousers or jeans. If you expect to see 2016's version of a choker in 2026, then you'll probably be disappointed. Back then, the most fashionable choker was this type of black one made out of a soft velvety material. But today, after a few years of minimalist aesthetic, 2026 is meant to bring back fun in fashion. As Pinterest predicts report, we will see colorful maximalist jewelry make a comeback. So I fully expect chokers to make a comeback, but they will look very different than what we know them. Either they will be part of a jewelry stack or be a statement piece on their own like these ones here. The bomber jacket is always on the thin line between fashionable and outdated. In its peak 2016 shape, it was pastel, shiny, and often embroidered with a random cursive text. But while that specific version was what we'd now call a microtrend, the bomber jacket has a much richer history in fashion. And especially during the most recent menswear fashion week, we've seen it resurface in a much wider variety of material and styles. This version will be less shiny and pastel, and probably styled with contrast like sharper tailoring or something very feminine. These fitted beige suede boots were the most iconic statement piece for the Insta-baddie aesthetic. Along with the sculpted brows, heavy makeup, and color hair, this style has dropped sharply in popularity after the pandemic. And now, after years of hyper-minimalism, we're looking again for bolder, structured items. While suede is still popular, I'd imagine these boots to come back in a wider variety of material, like denim, like these ones from the Chinese brand Lost in Echo. They would also have something of a slouchier fit, and just like the bomber jacket, will be paired with higher contrast items to match current aesthetics. Pantone's 2016 color of the year became so representative of the era that it's now known as Millennial Pink. Beyond fashion, the color became a symbol of the early millennial girl boss aesthetic and dominated items like workout clothes or trendy cafes. But as the girl boss persona became less and less desirable, so did the color associated with it. In the past year, however, we've seen it slowly reintroduced in a number of collections. In the fall-winter 25 season, tagwork highlighted as a rising trend, which has continued in the spring-summer 2025 season here at Prada and Yuhan Wang. I think its return will be especially popular in color block combinations, for example pink and brown or pink and cobalt blue. This has been a controversial one for a while, with reports predicting skinny jeans to come back for the past year now. And the Spring-Summer 2026 season finally shows us what a skinny jeans resurgence would look like. While some versions like Chloe look painfully 2016, styling at Celine Dior and Agnes Studios bring back skinny trousers to the present and prove that despite being the most hated on for years, they would still be the most popular item in 2026. Let me know if you agree with my ranking or what other items you would like to add.